All right, what's up, boys? It's March 5th. I have another regretful video. Today I made the same mistakes as yesterday. I'm happy with 3 of my entries. 4 of them are me forcing, chasing, entering right after stopping out. Another tough day. It's really the volatility. Luckily, I sized down to 7 contracts, so I prevented a little bit of loss there, but you can tell by this that I still got shit on anyway. So the live account is at $1,000. You can see after fees today, I lost $925. So yeah, I'm in a challenging spot with this account. I'm not going to let myself get discouraged, but it is time to really try to survive. I'm probably going to scale down to 5 contracts, and I'm probably going to take 1 to 2 entries max every single day until I start to build back a little bit. When I started this account, the purpose of it was for me to survive and for me to really experience trading my own money for the first time. You guys witnessed me go from 3,800 in my balance last Thursday to tomorrow, which will be a week later, only 1,000. And all of that happened really kicked off by one bad day, which was Monday. So this can just show you guys that your whole shit can be wiped out in 1 or 2 bad days of trading, breaking your rules, etc. Common theme of the week so far for me is I did not adjust to the volatility on Monday, and that volatility really causes me to be way more impulsive than I normally am. And it's because I know that there's potential for a move that could be 30, 40, 50 more points. And whenever I have that in my brain that that's a possibility, it just really causes me to have that FOMO that makes me literally just fear missing out a big move like that. And that's a terrible habit to have. Like, I don't know what this is, 7 losses in a row on Monday. Yesterday, I kind of got bailed out by 1 good trade. The first 4 entries were awful. Today was interesting because my first entry was definitely a forced trade, and although I thought I had a thesis, after reviewing it, my thesis was pretty weak. My second entry at 903, that trade went 13 points into profit. I moved my stop loss to break even. I stop out, and my break even point did not invalidate my thesis. So what happens is we basically get a bounce right off of where it was the psychological number 5,800, and we get a bounce right off that level, and I re-enter it after stopping out for break even, except I chase the entry. I get an entry at like 5807 or something. So now my stop loss is not at a place of invalidation. Of course, I stop out. Same thing again, except my entry is like right around 5810, stop out again. So essentially I took the same trade, the same thesis 4 times. 1 of the entries was good. The first entry was valid. The remaining 3 entries this is just me trading with bad habits right here. Me literally just being unprofessional. And honestly, like, it's really just comes down to like the impulsiveness, the FOMO. Like, I wanna, as soon as some volume comes in that I'm like some buying volume in this case, I'm jumping in on it like immediately. Or honestly, not even on volume, but if price starts looking like it's gonna bounce, like I take it and I pay the price for it. The last 2 entries were, the thesis was there, but the entries were not. So it has just been, the volatility has me in a blender right now, if you guys can't even tell. And I know that today was tough for a lot of people. I got on Twitter after the session and I just saw blown accounts left and right. I saw some people had success today, but it seemed like everyone today got clapped. And like, yeah, it sucks, but this week is crucial for me in the long term. I was just saying in my Discord today, like, if I want to be a professional trader, I have to be able to handle these volatile conditions. Like, spotting opportunities is not hard for me. The hard part is like getting in when I'm supposed to and making sure that my stop loss is a place that it's supposed to be at. As you can see by this week, like, I've been taking more trades. I've been jumping into trades, like pretty much fearing that I'm going to be left behind. I'm not even going to review the session for you guys today. Like, I can take you through it very briefly. I don't want to like do a whole in-depth review. I can tell you my first entry was at 838. I forced it. The general thesis was I get short off of this volume here. The trade was invalidated at like 94. I take it short, but that trade got stopped out, as you can see. And then what happens, we rip right through 5,800. You can second entry of the day. I got long off this 5,800. I was treating it kind of like a break and retest. So data drops at 9. We get a very sharp move, like 30 points upward. We come back, the CVD is flat. So I'm reading this as the buying is strong. Price comes below 5,800, immediately comes right back above it. We kind of consolidate a little bit above it. I get in on like one of these little pullbacks right here. I don't know if it was this one or this one. I get in and my targets were 5,834 and then 5,850. So that entry goes into profit, roughly 13 points. I move my stop loss to break even. I get stopped out at break even. My break even point does not invalidate my thesis. And then that causes me to have this FOMO when I see this bounce off 5,800. So I re-enter it, chase it at 58.10 roughly. That obviously gets stopped out because it's hit like 10 points above where my thesis was really supposed to start at. And then I do the same thing like 2 more times after this. So I took 3 losing entries on the same long thesis of 5,800. We break below 5,800. I flip my bias. I chase a short. This was actually funny. I chase a short. You can see me enter 5779. Watch me get stopped out in literally 5 seconds right here. Already out of the position. So that just stopped out. And I'm like, you can see me in the top right. Like I literally got a chuckle out of that one. But once again, my thesis was invalid at these sellers right here where this volume really started at. We come up there. Seems like we're testing these sellers. We're starting to come down. I enter again. So yeah, that trade made it to like 6 or 7 points in a profit. I stop out. And that was the end of my trading session. But just been a really tough week. And I really need to work on, if I get stopped out of a trade, whether it's for break even or my whole stop loss hits, I need to like really be mindful of my impulsiveness with this volatility, because you guys see how thin the book is. Like price can move 10 points very easily. And that is normally like what I shoot for in terms of profit. What's really going to make a difference for me is I have to adjust to these conditions and I have to start acting like a professional. Like I'm doing things, I'm trading with bad habits, and that is a terrible example for anyone who pays attention to me. And I hope that this account going from 3,800 last Thursday to being $1,000 right now can help you guys understand that that is something that you cannot, there's no room for that in professional trading. Like there are some days where you just have to admit defeat and walk away. And I have not been able to do that like at all this week, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna try to just survive with this account. I'm probably gonna start trading 5 micros. That would be max risk of $100 per trade. This is just part of the journey. You guys are witnessing it. I know I'm not a bad trader. I know that I can make good decisions. I know that I can identify good opportunities. But this week I have not been executing properly. I have not been trading with good habits. And I've been making mistakes. So, but it's not like with this account, like it's not like I need to make money. Like the whole point of the account was to survive and to trade live capital. So yeah, I made some mistakes. I put myself in a good amount of drawdown on this account. And now it's time to lock in, size down, and really just trade how I'm supposed to trade. So I hope you guys are having a better week than me. But with all that, I will catch you guys in the next one.